Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, welcome. So what I'm about to do right now is a virgin relaxer. My client has been natural for about 10 years now, and she's ready to go back to a relaxer. So I do know she says she does watch my videos, and I want to tell you so much I enjoyed your company, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity of doing your hair, and I hope you are watching this video. But her relaxer came out so beautiful. But before we get into all that, roll the clip. What you will see me do right here is protecting my client's scalp and skin by making sure I based her hair with Vaseline. You want to make sure you base your client hair with some type of protection, which is some type of petroleum jelly, because it helps make sure your client doesn't feel irritation from the relaxer. Also, so they do not get chemical burns from the relaxer. So you want to apply it all over the scalp. So you want to take smaller parts and just apply the Vaseline from the top to the bottom. You also want to apply it on the hairline. You want to apply it on the neckline. You want to apply it under the ear and also on top of the ear. You want to make sure the whole area is safe and properly prepared for you to do the relaxer service. And you guys, please, when it comes to any chemical service, please seek out a professional. Take your time and your due diligence to research the professional to make sure it is someone that you're comfortable with. If you have to do a consultation, please take the opportunity of having a consultation with your stylist before you jump in their chair, so you can have more knowledge of who you are dealing with. But overall, please do not do chemical services at home because it can go wrong so fast. But if you choose to do so, then please understand the risk is in your hands. All right, so I got a question that I want to ask you guys, and please leave comments down below. But do you really think that relaxers are having a true comeback? Do you think more people are slowly going back to relaxers? And if so, why do you think they're going back to relaxers? Of course, we all can say because of the convenience. Do you actually think that relaxers wasn't the problem? It was the education behind relaxers that was the issue, and how often we got our relaxers done that was the issue, and not knowing how to take care of our hair after it has been relaxed. Are those really the issue, or was it really relaxers itself? Leave comments down below and let's kind of chat about it. Okay, so what you see me doing right here is applying the relaxer to the mid shaft of the hair. You want to have it about an inch away from the scalp and a half an inch away from the ends. So you want to apply the relaxer on the mid shaft of the hair. You want to do it on the bottom and then drop it, and then apply the relaxer on the top of the hair, right on the mid shaft. Make sure you do not transfer it all the way to the ends. The ends is the most fragile part of the hair, and the scalp is the part that's close to increasing irritation if you apply it too close to the scalp. So you want to make sure you are doing it correctly. Please make sure you always read your manual before you apply a relaxer. If you are a stylist and you're watching this, Every relaxer, especially professional relaxers, it does come with a manual. Please take out the time to read your manual to make sure you are applying it correctly before you do it. And also, if you need to watch any more of my videos, I do have more videos about me doing virgin relaxer and retouch relaxers. They're very educational, so please take out the time to watch videos like that as well. Okay, you guys, so to make sure this is a pleasant and easy and calm and a relaxing service for your client, you want to make sure you do the proper steps. It's important that your client knows to not exercise 24 to 48 hours because it does open up the pores to the head, and if you open up the pores, it does increase irritation to the scalp. Also, you don't want to wear anything that has your hair closed in, like baseball caps, wigs, bonnets, nothing of that sort. You want to come in to get the service done with your hair free and open, so you don't increase to expand your pores, which will increase irritation to the scalp. So also, stylists, make sure you please base the hair. Basing the hair makes it so easier for you, so you don't have to rush through the service, but also it makes it so relaxing and easy for the clients. With my clients, they have actually got a relaxer done and fell asleep. And just because the environment was so comfortable. Of course, you want to be time sufficient when you are doing something like this, so you want to quickly get through the service, but also you want to make sure it comes out nicely. So be very neat and precise on what you're doing. So things like I said, reading your booklet to make sure you are educated on what you are doing, and also watching videos so you can verbally see how to do the service and how to execute the service. Those things really help when you are doing a service, and it also helps you take control and makes you look professional, and it gives you confidence that you know that you're doing something correctly and you're doing it right. Alright, you guys, so I kind of sped it up, but I wanted to show you that the hairline, the edges, you want to do that last. Please do not apply your relaxer to the edge of your hair if you don't have the relaxer all over your hair, because that is the most gentle part of your head. It easily get irritated, it easily burn, and also it can be easily over processed. So please, you guys, when it comes to your edges, leave that alone until you get to the point of where you are completely done with applying the relaxer all over the head. And that is the very last area. And yeah, so I wanted to show you guys that. And remember, you want to make sure you apply the relaxer to the mid shaft of the hair. So you don't want to apply it too close to the scalp, and you don't want to apply it too close to the ends. Okay, so as I lift my client hair up, you'll see how much of her hair that is not relaxed, and that is a good thing. That is not a bad thing. We are doing a virgin relaxer, not a retouch. Those things are done differently. So you don't do the virgin relaxer the same way. You want to make sure you apply the relaxer close to the scalp once you have completely already applied the relaxer all over the mid shaft of the hair. So that's what you're going to see me do, is just apply the rest of the relaxer onto my client's hair so we can get through this service peacefully. So I don't believe I ever said this in any of my other relaxer videos, but brand loyalty is very important. I definitely wouldn't go to different stylists and hop from different stylists if they're not utilizing the same brand when it comes to your relaxers. If I was so happy to do it at home, which I don't ever suggest, but if you do so happen to do it at home, I definitely stay loyal to the brand that you use for your relaxer. Wherever you got your virgin relaxer done, whoever done it, ask them what's the brand. Is it Affirm? Is it I'm sorry, I can't think of other ones because the Affirm is the only one I use because I am brand loyal. But you want to stick with the same brand. You don't want to venture out and try different relaxers all into your head because you don't actually know exactly what is the issue. So you want to stick to the same brand. Okay, you guys, so I want to speed it up and I want you to see, like, now that the relaxer is completely all over her head, I am applying it at this point on her edges. Her edges is definitely the last area you want to apply the relaxer on. As you can see, the relaxer is completely all on her hair, and now we are applying it to the edges. Okay, so this is something very important I want to let you guys know because it helps you out so much. You want to ask your clients questions. And the first question you want to ask them is, how are you feeling? Do you feel any irritation? You feel any burning? You feel anything that I should pay attention to in any area? These are the things you want to ask your client in the process of applying the relaxer because you want to make sure they still feel comfortable and relaxed with getting the service done. So now what I am doing is just applying the rat tail comb, and when I say applying, the backside of the rat tail comb in a wooden rat tail comb, you guys. I think wooden rat tail combs, I'd say this almost in every video, but I am a fan of wooden rat tail combs. To me, they are better for our hair, regardless of what we're doing to our hair. If our hair is relaxed, if our hair is natural, wooden rat tail combs are much better, you guys. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm just applying pressure with the wooden rat tail comb, and you just want to apply the pressure on the base. And for the rest of the hair, you will use your fingers and you'll slide the relaxer down the shaft of the hair. You do not want to take this time to take the rat tail comb and take the comb area and just comb that relaxer through your hair. Absolutely not, you guys. That will 100% break your hair, and you don't want to do that. As you see me right here, I'm just working it through with my hands when it comes to the shaft of the hair, but when it comes to the base, I take the back of the rat tail comb and apply the pressure. And you'll just keep doing that until you have done it all over her head. Okay, you guys, so now I have shampooed out the relaxer. You want to make sure you use neutralizing shampoo. I have heard people say, oh, you could just use any type of shampoo, or I have heard people say they just rinse out the relaxer. That's an absolute no. Please read the manual when it comes to doing your chemical service, so you could be 100% under the right mindset when you are doing this. Now, make sure you use neutralizing shampoo. I shampoo my client hair at least 3 times at the minimum, but if I feel like I need to shampoo it more, I will do it more. Neutralizing shampoo brings the hair back to its normal pH balance to not activate any chemical in the head. When you do not use the neutralizing shampoo, the relaxer, from visual, you will see that it's completely out your hair. But it's actually still activate in the hair, and it will increase shedding, it will increase breakage, and it will increase damage to the shaft, the ends, and the base of the hair. Some people, it has been severe enough where they had to completely cut all their hair out. So this is why I definitely say go to a knowledge professional. But if you decide to still do it at home, please do not skip utilizing neutralizing shampoo. Now, one other thing that I always do, I incorporate Olaplex when I am doing my relaxer. I love to use the Olaplex #2, which is after I neutralize the hair and wash out the relaxer completely. Then I use the #2. It is a repair to the hair and a repair to the bonds. I also use Olaplex conditioner. By utilizing Olaplex conditioner is also another thing that repairs the hair. I utilize this as a deep condition. I usually cocktail it with a strengthening conditioner as well, and I place my client under the dryer for 20 minutes with a plastic cap. So those are the things that you don't see me do on this video, but I consistently do it for every relaxer service, because you want to immediately repair the bonds after you have done a relaxer. Okay, so I always place my client under the dryer for about another 25 to 30 minutes. #1, to set the hair. #2, you don't want to immediately go in on relaxed hair and blow dry it immediately after coming out of the shampoo bowl, because with relaxed hair, when it is wet, it's at its weakest. That's when the hair is at its weakest. It's different than natural hair, because natural hair, when it's wet, is still strong, and you can, of course, apply the dryer to the head as soon as they get off and under the shampoo bowl. But when you are doing relaxed hair, you want to sit them under a hooded dryer for 25 to 30 minutes. Once again, to set the hair, and secondly, to get the hair probably like 80% dry, and then you can go in with your hand dryer and dry the rest. But look how shiny her hair is. Like, wow. Her hair, this video don't really do it justice. When I tell you her hair was so soft, so pretty, so beautiful. Now, if you are someone that wanted to do like a color with a relaxer, I only suggest a rinse. And you don't want to do a permanent color. You don't want to do a demi color or anything like that, because you do have to utilize a developer to do those things. So that is what makes the color a chemical service, the developer itself. But with a rinse is just a tint on the hair. So with my client, I did a black rinse on her hair. So if you want to just enhance the shine, you like a jet black look. I love jet black. I love jet black. Like, whenever I get my relaxers, I'll be like, let me throw a jet black on here. Like, I love it. Like, look how her hair looks. All right, so at this point, now it's time to just trim the ends and prepare to style the hair. Also, if you are doing a cut, then of course you'll just cut the hair, but I'm just trimming her ends and I'm giving her long layers. Long layers enhance volume, but also it doesn't take away from the ends and make the ends look very straggly and very fine. So if you have someone that wants layers because they want volume, I highly suggest to do long layers, unless they let you know, no, I actually want medium layers or short layers, and it more complements the hairstyle. But usually when someone asks for layers and you want it to actually look very nice and elegant for the hairstyles, then I say opt to long layers unless they ask for different. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just curl the hair at this moment. Now, with my client hair, I didn't have to flat iron the hair, and you want to just pay attention to the texture and the density of your client's hair because you don't want to over process the hair with heat. So I opted to not apply any unnecessary heat, which would be flat iron the hair. I just went through and used the T3 curling irons, and I just curled the hair and I set it with a hair clip. Now with these T3s, these T3 curling irons are the best, you guys. Like, more and more I use them, more and more I fall in love with them. You don't even have to have the temperature very high to get an excellent style and a set for the curls. Now I had it on the first notch. You don't, because it comes to up to, I believe, 5 notches, but I have it on the first notch because my client hair is chemically treated now. So you definitely want to be aware of the heat temperature, and you don't want to over process the hair with heat by using too much heat, and you don't want to over process the hair with heat by using high temperature heat. So pay attention to that. Always read your booklets when it comes to your tools as well. Usually when you purchase new curling irons, flat irons, even though you know how to use them, just to keep yourself aware and knowledge when you are using them, read the booklet, take the information that they tell you so you know how to use them properly. All right, you guys, so we are done. So I asked my client, do she regret it? And she said, absolutely not. That's what we are laughing about. And I definitely co-signed that because her hair looked so beautiful. And of course, like she said, she enjoyed being natural. She didn't have issues with growing her hair being relaxed. She didn't have issues with growing her hair being natural. I do believe education is the #1 reason when it comes to damage to the hair, whether it's relaxed or natural. It doesn't matter if you don't have the education on how to care for your hair and you're not applying the education consistently, then of course you will receive breakage and damage. And never ask yourself, will my hair grow or is my hair growing? Because if you have hair on your head, absolutely it's growing. The question is, do I properly know how to retain length? Because retaining length is the reason why someone's hair is long or short, unless you decide that you want to keep it short. But those are the only two differences. It's the education on how to retain length. It's nothing to say my hair doesn't grow. If you have hair on your head, then it has no choice but to grow. But you have to ask yourself, am I doing the proper measures to retain length? So that ends this video. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Remember to drink your water for healthy hair, skin, and nails. And I'll talk to you guys later.